Okay, I am not embarrassed to say that I've decided to look up a guide for how to talk to Egghead. You saw me try multiple times in that one segment that I had to re-record. I tried multiple times. I just can't figure out this puzzle. So, given that it's taking time, and I need to do some stuff Thursday evening, and there's some important stuff gated behind it, I'm gonna cheat at this one thing. Hopefully y'all forgive me. Feel free to make fun of my puzzle solving skills in the comments. Well, part the funny ones. Alright. Because I'm looking at the solution, and I don't get it. so let's see. I'm supposed to say nothing. Still say nothing. Still say nothing. Still say nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real ear of the church.
Okay, I was sort of right that this signals a a change, right? An opportunity. Let's add an agonized roar over the feeble-ish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. That okay, I guess that's maybe a clue. I hadn't really read that through before. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just
But there
idiotic.
was a question?
Okay, so it's not just finding the right branching path. I have to actually follow up with that, and it doesn't matter what you pick there. So still say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing. Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real ear of the church.
Even though this prompt is the same, now I'm supposed to say so hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops, dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. The question is, what is the question? Like, I don't know how I was supposed to figure that out. I honestly don't know. I'm assuming other people did. Obviously, somebody did because I'm reading about it. But this solution was beyond me. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal.
Oh yes, Shivers?
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Ah, so very nice to finally be done with that nonsense. And again, like even having looked this up and gone through that sequence, I'm not sure I get it. And the wiki page I'm looking at doesn't have an explanation as to why that's the solution either. It just has the solution. So feel free to explain it to me, because I'm not sure I get it. Let's see. We eventually want to get here. We don't want to waste too much precious time, but let's have a conversation with him for a hot second. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
You're gonna pump... I mean, it has been the same song the entire time. Apparently it's, on purpose?
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment. Then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
It's only ultra. That's just not acceptable.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
Yeah, it's only ultra hardcore.
It is, isn't it? I knew it.
We're connecting with the Utes.
But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. This is a fun response too. Let's do this. Try to think if anything can make it harder for.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Well, that's freaky.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Let's think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
I feel like there was a prompt earlier on that betrayed this surprise, but I'm still surprised. Because I didn't know what the prompt meant at the time. Feel the movement of blood through your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm, the inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Okay. My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Sounds suspiciously like a question. But the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I guess we'll try this before we abandon the thread? Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
The young man is bursting with anticipation. Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us.
Oh!
I like how the conversation hasn't gotten any less weird. Turns out I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Yeah! Oh, cool. Cool. Let's do it.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every caudate animal.
Of course. It's basic.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move, like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick, so that you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I really like this prompt. Nowhere. I'm not going to become some sort of Anota cop. I've got enough capo types already.
Oh no! Please become one! You'll miss out on so much good content otherwise. It's like being the greatest cop on Earth. Please! Please?
The young man smiles at you widely, bright and innocent as the summer sun.
You don't have time for this nonsense. You've got safe, boring things to do.
Fuck you, Elysium. Okay. Oh, it's up to the police to make the beats go harder. Now, I'm going to take the task as a private citizen. I'll see if I can come up with something on my own. A citizen
The
investigation.
young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Might have just the thing.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
Why, thank you, Noid.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Oh. Rue de Saint-Gislain. I've been there.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is!
Very helpful.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that! I could have said that!
Egghead is like, damn it.
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway,
Feels cold.
Does it?
I'll shake it up.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Yes, it is.
Copman!
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the episode, but that is a good candidate for an episode title. That's for damn sure. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
So you're not a thought reader? You're communist?
he's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Ooh, could you introduce me?
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
But why aren't you a communist? Communism is the truth.
I can be a communist! If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Look at me, influencing the youths.
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Too late, Noid. Too late.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
You gotta do it. Be a communist, egghead. The future needs your help.
Aye!
You guess he's a communist now? That's the universal yell of the communist. He already knows the signs and signals, so he's a natural. So does all this mean that you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Was that his actual name, Jermaine?
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revershaw imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
I'll tell the truth. You're right. I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
Okay, you're gonna see a cut here, and I'm telling you that in advance because I don't like to do much editing with this series. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Something smelled suspiciously like burning, and I just had to make sure I didn't leave the stove on or something. Okay, back to
Communism rules
Egghead.
the nation!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide, shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Almost there. Do just a bit more
The
work.
worker must move your ass!
Perfect. Superb.
Here comes the sun!
You could swear you feel the bright future of the working classes reflected off Jermaine Egghead's giant smile and right onto your face. Revolution makes your toes curl in anticipation.
Fucking great. Okay. When I talk to him again, after I find that other tape, I do have a tape, but after I find that other tape, I'll go through the rest of this stuff. But Egg, can you please route Suna's signal through your speakers?
Ultramega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
It's 3.5. No doubt about it. It's right there in the ground.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
I smell another task.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
What's the matter, Kim? Not having any fun?
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here.
Thank you. And he searches for the cable on the ground and picks it up, looking at the jack.
Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good people.
With a grin, he sticks the plug into the auxiliary line in. You hear a satisfying click.
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Sometimes.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Hey, Egg? Your music?
Everybody, everybody, don't panic. I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event.
Can't fault him for his enthusiasm, can ya?
The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
Goodbye, Egghead.
All right, here comes the night.
He's just as weird as Kuno in like a completely different way. What the fuck? What are we doing? I understand just enough German to be concerned about that bark.
Yes, what is it?
Alright. I talked to Egghead. He plugged in the cable. You can now unmute your speakers.
Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum.
Apparently that is a no. A great smile still adoring his face, larger than a red dwarf star. Egghead is enthusiasm incarnate.
Maximum is the only way.
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time? Maximum is not the only way, okay?
Pump it to the brick. Pump it to the hard master. There's no other way. Glue style.
What he said
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
Oh, thank you, interfacing. He's glued it there because why would you ever want to turn it down? Who would ever think of such a thing?
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless.
Why do you want to turn the volume down?
Because I'm afraid that something might happen. It's an unknown phenomenon. We can always turn it back up if there's a need.
Can't turn down the hardcore!
I think what Egghead is trying to say here is that the volume button is stuck on maximum.
Of course it is.
She shrugs, consigned to her fate. Welcome to the party, Suna. Nice to have you.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Now remembering the story that Azel told us about him losing his voice, it totally tracks. Totally.
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
She looks around the church.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Good instincts.
All ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
I like Azel.
The lieutenant nods stoically.
I would have expected nothing else.
Suddenly, your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large, somehow.
Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti.
There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
Anxiety. Hold on for a moment.
What?
Nah, that's a pansy-ass prompt. Never mind, let's do this. I'm ready. Woo!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's counting down in the background, too.
Mute disengaged.
She lifts her hand from the keyboard. Complete silence fills the room.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural.
Wow. So we're broadcasting a silence that cancels out everything else.
The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls.
Like it's actually driving silence.
In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate.
Uh-oh.
It's out there now, in the world, made manifest.
What have we done?
It will devour everything.
That's fun.
Floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Well, leave Claudia behind. We still have to talk to her.
Guys, what's going on?
There's alarm in the man's voice as he steps back to scan the surroundings. A slight rattle like crystal clattering in the cupboard fills the air, joining the
It's
chorus.
getting louder.
Says Noid. His eyes are riveted on the strange circle of water basins.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Dang, that's some sound system. Egghead.
Oceana! Mother of Mega!
You hear Egghead yell, then something else. But his voice is growing faint.
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation.
Salvation.
He's peaking. The worst high he's ever been on.
Sorry about that. It was in me at
The
first.
beauty and the beat! the future of dance! Planetary!
I think this is more than just the future of dance, buddy.
No, Egg! It's the window!
The glass shards around Dolores Day's vacant heart appear to be vibrating from the sound. It almost looks like she's alive.
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
That makes sense.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
She looks up. A screech fills the air, a scream of wood and nails. The pillars of the church twist and creak above and around you.
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to us! Love!
Okay, I get.
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all.
That's it. I'm muting it.
I don't think she should. Everybody don't panic. It's beautiful.
Beautiful car! Beautiful life!
I mean, we'll see if I die.
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off!
She yells, holding the contact mic in her hand.
Andre, pull the compressor! The place is gonna come down!
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
I'm gonna commit to my earlier choice. Egghead, whatever you do, don't stop it.
But then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
It's a sentence I thought he'd never say.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Believe what?
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Andre, shut the fuck up.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's a start.
Kim, did you hear that?
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I mean, we've impressed upon Kim that there are some supernatural things going on. Which I feel like he's a tough nut to crack in that regard.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
What was that? I've never heard anything like that.
It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically...
Interesting. She shakes her head.
I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Man, you're going to write Sulisov?
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
An opportunity for reconnection.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
And what happens now? Are you going to...
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulispov. Also devise further measurements.
Huh.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
Oh my god, they're becoming friends?
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least.
I picked up on that.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Come on, Kim. You're no
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive.
It's probably weird to be thankful for that, given the way that we started this story.
You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you. You just don't have the pieces yet.
-10, because the Pale is unknown. You have a book about the Pale. Huh. Right, I'll let you work in peace now. That was cool as shit.